Together with Earle Sports Bets, yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today, not huge cards. I think it was like 6 in the NBA and 7 in the NHL. So not a crazy card. So shouldn't probably still be a decent sized show because the chat looks pretty lively today. But we have a decent amount to go over for today. But we'll quickly recap yesterday. It was a down day for me, and it was basically only because of college basketball and NFL, because NHL and NBA, the games we went over on the show minus the NFL, were really strong yesterday. College basketball was a 1-6 day, kind of rough. Miami of Ohio plus 23.5 for me. They lose by 27. Mm-hmm. North Texas, they were down big. They came all the way back and lost to McNeese State, the plus 2.5 loser there. NC State minus 12.5 winner. That's our only winner. They win 72-49 over the Raiders of Colgate toothpaste. Wichita State, they win but do not cover the 16. UL Monroe plus 1.5. They lose and do not cover the 1.5. Wisconsin minus 20. They almost lost outright in that game. As what, minus 8,000 favorites. Iowa State minus 35.5. They win by 25 over. Nope, they win by 35. We got hooked on that one. That's fun. Yeah. I just noticed that when I did the math last night, for some reason I thought it was a 25-point game. It was a 35-point game and didn't cover. So yeah, that was the night of college basketball. It was not good. NFL. I was very disappointed in last night's game. For the first time in like over a month, the Texans put up at least 25 points. Sure. And the full game under does not get there, even though Dallas puts up 10. And the full game under does not get there. So very frustrating there. 0-2. Can we just admit that the NFL is a really crappy product? Like this is, I haven't watched much NFL this year. And it's been just shit product. It's blowouts, and it's more than half the league have terrible quarterbacks and backups, and it's just been horrible. To the factor, I mean, we have I think we had heading into last week 7 teams with only 2 wins or something like that. Like it's bad. It's bad. The NFL right now, and betting wise, it's been terrible too. So it is what it is. If I would have bet the over in that game last night, Dallas would have got shut out. So, in the NBA, it continues to be really, really strong for me. 15-3 in my last 18 NBA plays. A 3-1 night last night. The Bulls plus 4.5. They win outright by double digits. The New York Knicks team total over 123.5. Winner, they put up 134. When in doubt, team total overs against the Washington Wizards. That's been a big part of my little comeback here towards to the black in the NBA. Toronto plus 4.5 minus 120 was a winner as well. And Suns plus 4 is my only loser. They lose by double digits. I had the plus 4 there for that. The NHL was a clean sweep yesterday. Damn it, I needed it too. With as bad as the NHL has been this year. The under 6.5 with Edmonton, Montreal. Winner there. I did not have that game cashing because Montreal shuts out Edmonton, though. I thought Edmonton was going to shut down Montreal. But, hey, I used a different formula to get the same answer, a winner. And then the Washington Capitals, they continue not to lose. And I think I'm going to keep backing them until proven otherwise type of thing. And then to close out the night, to close out the sweep, sometimes, you know what you got to go do, Tim? You got to go swimming with the Sharks. San Jose, Macklin, Celebrini, overtime game winner against the Detroit Red Wings. Nice little plus 125 cash at the end of the night there. 3-0 in the NHL, 3-1 in the NBA. We're not going to talk about the college basketball or NFL.
yeah, good point. Last night there was some good things, but it was mostly ugly for me. Which you're gonna have days like that. It is what it is. Miami of Ohio, North Texas, Wichita State, UL Monroe, Iowa State, Wisconsin, all losers. NC State was our only winner there. Under in the Miami Heat game. Nice winner there. I believe Philadelphia scored like 89 or something like that.
Yeah, they didn't clear 90.
I'll talk about that game last because that one was fun. How about Houston? The Rockets. Big comeback, covering the spread, winning outright. No, sorry, they lost by one.
Lost by 1 point.
But covering the spread, very, very nice there. Dallas, we don't talk about. The Utah Hockey Club puck line. You know, if I was going to take a shot with it, puck lining it, whatever. The over in the Hawks game did not get there. That was my one loser in the NBA last night. San Jose Sharks moneyline winner. And Nick, how about a little bit of quaction?
Oh my god!
Anybody have the Ducks yesterday?
I wanted them so.
Ducks
bad.
plus 363 winner.
Winning.
The Ducks go and upset the Dallas Stars outright in their own place. You could have taken the reverse puck line and hit on that one. They won 4-2 over the Stars. Very, very nice to see there. Nice casher, plus 363. That was perfect. Ducks on the money line. Big plus money.
Yep. Also, send me your records here as well.
Okay,
I forgot to mention that. Never mind, because there's a ton of Marco's chat, and I don't really.
Well, start it, and I'll be there in 2 seconds.
All right. What's up, my guys? Let's get it. Let's cash today. Hit the like button, people. Show some appreciation, subscribe, and share. Tim, you know the rest of the say, my dog. Small NBA slate, but we can still find value. NBA Cup Tournament Day. Let's get it. Let's go, Tim. Tim. The good look. Chicago plus the points in the over. NYK minus in the over. Good. Atlanta plus and the under. Good. Milwaukee Bucks money line and under. Good. That was minus 160 for the Bucks money line, but okay. Heat minus and under. Good. Magic minus and under. All good there. Indy over was good, and Golden State under. Yeah. The bad Indy -3 loses outright. I'm done with the Pacers. Done with Pacers games. Can't get them right. I was leaning Toronto plus, but should have followed my first first line. The ugly Road Warriors lose straight up in LA.
Damn, I didn't see that. Man, I wish I was looking at the Clippers too. That's nothing to see. I sent you my records.
Yeah.
Golden State under was good though. But they lose to some bums, messed up our hot streak. But the Bucks won again, and they're still hot and still on a winning streak. But good teams win, great teams cover. Houston covered the spread. Houston -7, good in the under, no good. Landed at 44. Dallas is a dumpster fire. Yeah, I'm done with the Dallas Cowboys. Boston tonight, trifecta. Lay it against the Cleveland. Lay it. Cleveland first loss tonight, guaranteed in my Berkeley voice. Took Boston -5 and a hook last night. Now it's at a 5. I kind of just want to take Cleveland until they lose.
Cleveland as a dog does have some appeal.
I feel like I just need to take Cleveland here. Normally I would overlook and go, wow, they're big, but I mean, who expected to be Cleveland to be this good right now? And then who expected, well, everybody expected Boston to be good, but it kind of makes sense. I think I'm just going to grab the +5.5 tonight. Memphis money line again, no Jokic. Denver 3-game losing streak on the Fakers tonight. They play at home. A lot of games last night and beat some good line movements.
Here you go.
Hockey sucks. I'm done putting them games in my parlays every time I put a
You
big
should
fade
parlay
on
hockey.
the puck line or money line. They lose outright when I do hockey every blue moon, like I did last night. Boston Oilers and Dallas.
Yeah. Here's the thing. You should treat hockey like you treat baseball. You shouldn't be parlaying favorites. That's a good way to lose some money.
There you go. 400 moneyline faves. Dallas lose straight up. LL hockey is whack. Be still my guy, Nick.
Oh, I love it. I mean, I like taking shots with dogs, so I have no problems watching big dogs like that win. None whatsoever. Now, I would maybe pump the brakes on big dogs today because we just saw the Ducks and the Canadians win outright last night.
Yeah.
By reverse puck lines. Maybe pump the brakes on them tonight.
And we saw the Sharks win last night.
Yep.
So the Dogs go 3-3 last night?
And that's a profitable night if you play dogs.
Because Colorado won, yeah. Columbus won. There's an underdog.
Yeah, another dog there. Boston has got some problems.
And then the Washington game was a pick'em, so I don't really count either one of those as a dogs. So the only favorite that won last night didn't even cover the puck line in Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah, today's could be chalk.
Probably. I've got a couple plays that I've circled for like system plays and stuff like that because we have a few teams coming off with shutout losses.
What's up, Nicholas Handy? Marco 446 is asking if Marco is writing a book. No, Marcos does this every day. He's here every single day, and he loves to comment about the NBA card. My system play worked to perfection last night. Always bet against the first team off a long road trip in the first quarter of period. Magic first quarter versus the Suns cash, and the Wings first period versus the Sharks cash.
Hey, with the Sharks full game cash, that's what matters.
Game display, whatever. Tim A likes all my chats. Give him something to read and chat with one of his longtime members about, and Markel likes it too. Yeah, I enjoy Marcus being here. He's positive, besides when he talks shit about my Denver Nuggets all the time. But he struggles to read it. Shut up. I know I do. I know. Morning, gentlemen. Yeah, by the way, yeah, I know I struggle to read. I'm not a word person. I'm a number person. You're right though. He gets it eventually because he speaks Marcus. That I do. Capitals game was the only real good game thing I had last night. No, that was the only bad hockey game. Help Tim out. Make the comments shorter. No, you're fine. Hola, what's up, Markel? McCarthy and Aubrey sold my plus money K props.
Kicking props.
Yeah, obviously we're not playing baseball right now. Money Markel, smoking a fatty right now. There you go. Yes, I do a little probably talk a little too much. Irritates Nick and some of y'all. But we all family, love sports, loves to talk and trying to win together. Money, Mike, and Markel. I know you're cool. Do your thing. Appreciate it. I'm trying to be cool. Yes, of course. Dude, you know what? We're not going to win everything. Yeah.
He would point out the 1-6, but not basically the 6-1 that I had combined between the NHL and the NBA.
Yep. A 3-1 night in the NBA for Coyotes. 2-1 for hockey there, and 1-5 in college basketball. Yeah, you had a rough night too. Funny thing is, most of those are spreadsheet plays. So, by the way, I know we had a bad night here, but Coyote Picks gets all the spreadsheet plays, and normally those are a lot of winners. How in the world? Okay. I'm gonna put $5 on Joe Mixon 4 touchdowns. He got 3. Yeah. I will say I know this one's a little personal to me, but I am in a $100 fantasy league for my work, and this is the second time I've gotten up against a certain person, and each time he's had a running back that has had 3 touchdowns on a primetime game and I lost. So frustrating. Oh, here's all the spreadsheet plays. Western Michigan football. Go green, go white, minus 17 against Sam. Were they against this week?
They play Sam Houston?
Purdue. They go up against Purdue.
No.
And they're a 13.5. Oh, sorry. This might be basketball. 1 second. They go up against Samford in basketball. My bad. I should have I should have got that because we were just talking college basketball. I hammer Nick all the time in NFL, but we'll give him credit in NBA. He's done well for not being an NBA guy. Taking notes. Sharks plus 350. Who else had the Ducks? Me. What happened to Ovechkin? MCL?
He got hurt.
That's rough.
Which means I'm totally back in the Capitals next game and then probably fading them afterwards.
Good idea. Red Wings are so bad at hockey, it's embarrassing.
I was not high on them this year. I don't know why people were so high on this Red Wings team. They're basically Sabres light. Sorry.
Hey. Miami O was the only down a little bit at the half. And second half of M was up by 30. Blink of an eye down to 24. Yeah, we didn't get there. 446 had the Ducks, but he didn't have them on the money line. He had them
plus 2.5.
Plus 2.5, so it doesn't really count. Celebrating and Will Smith, they're so much better than Bedard. He seems annoyed. He has to read all no. That one college team did lose by 45. Nick, damn good call by halftime was covering the spread. Yeah, Wichita State's a joke. And then that was NC State that covered big. Recap chat.
We will before the first game. We will.
Nick said a lot of Marcus chat. I know.
Yes.
I got mixed up. The Pacers last night. They were on the road. They were back to back. Raptors rested. Raptors easy money. Oh, that's another one I forgot. On my CapperTek. Actually, Nick, I forgot. I'm normally just giving you the record for the site for NBA because it's the same thing. Because I forgot to put the Raptors up there for on my CapperTek for some reason.
Okay.
So NBA on site is 55 and 37, 15.29. I'll put that into the private chat.
55 and what?
37.
I must have left off a winner there.
Yeah, the Raptors.
Okay. And it's up 15.32?
29. It's number 2 on the site, too, which is kind of cool to see.
All right, let me re-download that one then.
And then, by the way, yeah, we had a bad college basketball night. We're still 60 and 52, up 2.86 to start the year. So we're still doing good with that. Happy I didn't bet yesterday. I see it was a rare opposite day in hockey. You mean a dog day? Toronto beat Indy because Pascal came back to town. They spoiled his homecoming. Okay, thanks. Hockey advice, Nick. Thoughts on UConn laying a big number against East Texas A&M?
Are they even a Div 1 school?
That's not a Division 1 school.
I was gonna say I didn't even have a number. I would lay the 37.5.
Yeah,
I think they win something along the lines, probably 102 to 46.
Yeah, but I obviously there's no line for that one for us. You talk shit about my KC Bucks and Golden State, LOL, but it's all good. I keep saying that Kansas City shouldn't be 9-1 right now. There's plenty of games they should have lost, but the refs rig it. Your Bucks are actually garbage, and your Golden State Warriors are doing good. I do give Nick props. Just had to wait and see it. I'm on my Blues tonight. Per usual, home dog is where they go. Is to where it's at. Against the Mild. I don't know. The Wild are coming off of a loss to Dallas, right?
Yeah, the Wild are a team that I'm going to need a really strong reason to bet against right now. I'm high on this Wild team. Remember, keep that in mind, though.
Yeah. But no, Tim, Denver is good. I like to mess with you. Holy shit, there's a lot of... Dude, we're 20 minutes in. We haven't even talked about it. I haven't even gone into games yet. Basketball. Yeah, no, I got you. I got you. Tim's, there's a cookie for eating all this. I would love a cookie. If you want, you could send cookies to my address. That would be great. I like crumble cookie, and especially the mint one that looks... Oh, damn it, now I'm hungry. Do the Cats win 8 against Indy? I know KC covers against Carolina.
Here's the thing, though. KC doesn't cover as over a touchdown favorite. They have their... I think when they're laying at least 6 this year, they're 1-4 against the number. So yes, Kansas City beats the Panthers, but do they cover is the question.
I don't see them covering.
Like, that's a lot of points. And the Chiefs has now, granted, we have the Chiefs off a loss, which could be enough of a situational spot maybe to lay something with the Chiefs, because now they're going to come out pissed and they have a good opponent to go and beat up on this upcoming week. So
Nets. We're going to talk about them in a minute, but the Nets are a team that I want to back as a dog, not as a favorite. Sup, dudes? Maybe we should bring Destiny to read chat and help out Timmy. I wouldn't say no. Card after show, yes, nah. F the Chiefs or nothing. Don't want the damn Panthers.
Yeah, no. I did not bet the Panthers last week. I'm proud of myself.
I'm sending that message to Destiny.
And 446 saying, "Oh, how can I forget? Of course, a New York Yankee wins Rookie of the Year. It's what we do." I'm surprised. See, if you told me if it was Rookie of the Year between Luis Heel and Austin Wells, I would have picked Austin Wells. I was shocked that I wasn't surprised the Yankee won the award. I was surprised that it was Luis Heel.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't think he deserved it, but it is what it is.
Buckeyes minus 15 against Indiana. That's an interesting matchup this weekend.
Yeah, probably. I'll be honest. I'm probably going to go after the Ohio State.
Yeah, that feels like one of those spots where it's like Georgia versus TCU in the national championship a few years ago. We have an undefeated, or the TCU wasn't undefeated, but like Georgia was like minus 15, and then beat the crap out of them. I could see that with Indiana. But let's get into this real quick. Our chat's starting to do a little bit better here, Tim. We got more people in the positives. Let's head over to the leaderboards for your official plays. And a little bit of a struggle from Coyotes picks as of late has kind of brought some people back in the mix. Only at 15.36 units now is Coyotes picks 151, 124, and 2. Lex Steele's 14 and 10 up 4.01 units. Jay Trinidad 1 and 1 up 1 units. Markel 99 up 0.62 units. Stop Geo 8 and 7 up 0.21 units, and everybody else is negative after that. Which I forgot. I need to move them around. Here we go. In the NBA, it is Coyotes picks on top at 27 and 19 up 4.59 units. Lex Steele's 4 and 1 now up 3.45 units. Mr. Numbers is positive in the NBA. Because minus 1,000s exist in the NBA and they don't in the NHL. So he's 25 and 19, only 6 games over, only up 1.35 units. So, and then everybody else is negative. Coyotes picks leads the NHL up 3.76 units. Markel 3 and 1 up 2.82 units. Jay Trinidad 1 and 1 up 1 unit. Everybody else is negative. College basketball. We have a new leader in college basketball, and it's 1-0 Stop Geo, who I think had just a 3-team parlay as his only play at minus 115 a while ago. And everybody else is negative. Shows how difficult college basketball has been so far this year. NFL, it's still Fernando Mendoza, 2-0. Coyotes picks 4 and 3, up 0.75. And then everybody else is negative. I feel like I forgot to update some NFL numbers. I'm not 100% sure because I feel that's really light considering we just had an NFL Sunday. And then college football, it's still Coyotes picks. We had no updates there because there was no games played there. But you ready to head back? You ready to head into some NBA?
Yes.
Here we go. How about that, Tim? That was down I think 13 units a little while ago. So very happy of where I am now. Let's get it started, and we're going to kick it off with a banger. The first one here, the Boston Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Arguably, these are the two best teams. Not arguably. I think these are the best two teams in the Eastern Conference.
I agree.
We have the 11-3 Boston Celtics, who are only 7-7 ATS. 4-2 at home this year, 7-6-1 over under. The Cleveland Cavaliers are 15-0, 11-4 against the number, 10-5 over under, 7-0 on the road. This line opened up Boston minus 4.5. It's now Boston minus 5.5. A 1-point line movement here towards the Celtics. Line opened up at a 231. It's now a 235.5. So we have a big move towards the over here as well. Let's see if the cash flow kind of agrees with the line move towards the Celtics. And, interesting market here in this one. 64% of the tickets, 63% of cash. It's on Cleveland. And the line's moved a point towards these Celtics. 78% of tickets, 79% of cash is on the over in this game. The line's moved towards the over here as well. I think we're going to get an entertaining game in this one. I would lean towards an over. I feel like the line's moved maybe a little bit too much. Now, the ultimate question for me is I like the Celtics a little bit in this game. The more and more I look at it, I feel like this is one of those spots where you have a 15-0 team as 5.5 point dogs.
Yeah.
Now, my approach for this game is not going to be asking the Celtics to cover 5.5 in this game. Because I can see this game getting down to the wire at the end. These are the two best teams in the East. And I don't know if these two teams should be separated by 5 points. I do think the Celtics win. I probably would lean towards them covering. But instead of doing all that, I'm going to grab the team total over here for the Boston Celtics. Would be the way I'm going to approach it. Offensively, they've been one of the best teams in the NBA. And I have a feeling this is one of those games where they're going to invite Cleveland to play a up and down type of pace where who's going to shoot more threes and things along those lines. I'm not going to ask the Celtics to cover. I'm going to ask them to score 121 points. Boston Celtics team total over 120.5 minus 110 for me.
Yeah, I'm going to be I'm not in the business of trying to fade the Cavaliers. I've been high on them since the beginning of the year. I took them to win the East at 17-1 when they're 4-0.
Yeah.
And you know what? If I lose a game with them, I lose a game with them. But seeing them as a dog, yeah, I feel like, and I know this is going to sound weird, I feel like if there's a 2.5, 3.5, I feel like there would be more thought into taking Boston. I think this is just way too wide of a spread, too many points. I feel like the blowout number would have been if Boston was a 2.5, 2. Because it would be more like a pick 'em, and then you start getting people taking Cleveland more on the money line instead of the points, and be like, oh, maybe this. I'm going to take Cleveland here. I know this is, and you just look at it. Boston's the best team in the league, or supposedly they're supposed to be. According to betting odds, they're still the best team in the league. So it makes sense that they're big favorites. But I'm taking Cleveland here. Until further notice, I'm not in the business of trying to fade the Cavaliers. So plus 5.5. If I'm falling into a trap, so be it.
That's fair. It's just one of those spots where this feels like the ultimate. This feels like the ultimate spot that the Cavaliers lose their first game. But I'm not going to bet on that to happen. Like I'm not going to bet the Celtics to win this game. I'm just going to ask them to score me 121 points.
There you go. Yeah, you're excited about me betting Ohio State. If I'm not, I think if I'm not mistaken, they own Indiana. Indiana's also not been good in football for a while.
It's the first time in Indiana's program history that they've won 10 games.
Yeah.
There's only, I think, 2 other teams now in the power conferences to have never won 10-plus games in the season.
In the power conferences?
In the power conferences, there's only 2 teams.
Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt's one. I don't think you'll get the other.
In a power school?
In the power conference.
Northwestern.
No.
Iowa
State.
Wow.
Wow.
Flames and Jets for me.
I would like to be on the Jets. I would like to be on the Jets tonight. I do not want anything to do with the Flames. But I don't want anything to do with the Islanders.
I'm tired of breaking even. Hey, at least it's not losing. Yes, I'm typing up the card as we go. Morning, Brio. Mr. Numbers 14 games over 500 now. Impressive comeback from down 20 units.
Sure.
I can't wait until you lose another minus 600 and be down again. I'm pretty sure I have more than one win in the NBA. NFL Colts and Saints this Sunday.
Yep, I think I forgot to update. I updated the overall records. I think I forgot to update the NFL records. I apologize.
There you go. Can I get an invite to the show on the next full NBA card? I want to be guests like people have had on the past. Yeah, sure.
Why not?
And yeah, Marcos for sure. And 446, if you ever want to join a show, let us know. You never will because you don't want to be on camera or anything. But no, 446, come on. I know you can come onto the show. Celtics -5. Celtics fourth quarter money line. Didn't Celtics kind of sweep the Cavs last year in the playoffs? Yes. Cavs first half money line. Supness. Boston in the over. I assure the public on Cleveland total win at 4 points. Is Cleveland minus Boston a rivalry? Kind of. Someone from Boston is out. Drew or I lost the thing. I have them. I heard Spider is back. Spider's been back. Pass. I've been watching this game. Gun to head Cavs. Spider been back, my brother. Yeah. I think this line should have been 2 or 3. I'm maybe thinking it's a pick 'em. No, I don't think it's going to be like that because it's in Boston. But Cavs should be favored. If it was in Cleveland, Cavaliers would have been favored. Will Crosby net goal 600 tonight?
Who cares?
Cavs have been scoring a lot as late, but it seems the total seems high. Cavs team total under, and the Celtics -205. Supness. 446. Come on the show. Be a man. Actually watch the games in college football and not the numbers. Ohio State is the best team and is going to win it all. I wouldn't say no.
I feel like they're always that team that's supposed to win it all, but the last few years they've run into Michigan, which I don't think Michigan's going to be a problem for them this year.
No. Laughing. 446. You know the vibes since the beginning of the season. I can't be on a gambling show. I have some self-respect. People can't know I'm a sick gambler. People rely on me for stocks. Who says that you're even going to have a camera on? This is just telling me that you're scared. Because I'm pretty sure you're, 50 followers? I'm pretty sure you're fine. All right, let's hold on. People rely on you for stocks. Oh wow, he actually has 274 followers.
How?
I have not a clue.
How many of those are spam bots?
If Cleveland win tonight, they will. If Cleveland wins tonight, when will they lose? I don't know. Scared you. How much wages do you guys average per day?
Depends on the day.
Depends on the day. Depends on what time, what sports are going on. Right now, 30 to 35 a day, especially with college basketball. I trade stocks. I can't go on YouTube. I know, right? Dude, and he makes so much money off of stocks, yet he can't even buy a membership, $5.99. I don't want to hear about him making all this money.
Let's move on. We are 35 minutes into the show. We're on our second game, which I have no problem with because it's not a huge card, so we can go through some of these games pretty quick. Probably like this one. Line opened up at a 2.5 for the Brooklyn Nets. It's now a 3. Line opened up 224. It's down to a 221. So we have a move towards the under. We have a move towards the Brooklyn Nets. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this one here. 57% of tickets and 58% of the cash is on Brooklyn in this game. 82% of the tickets, 74% of cash on the over, yet this line's plummeting. But the question is, how much of this money is coming on the over at 221 instead of 224? So that's why these big line movements, like the 3-point line movements on totals, that's generally when I stay off totals because the markets can be kind of skewed a little bit there. We have the Brooklyn Nets, who are 5-9 straight up this year, but they're 10-3-1 against the number, 7-7 over under, and they're 3-3 at home. The Charlotte Hornets are 5-8 this year. They're 7-6 against the number. They're 4-8-1 over under. They're 1-5 on the road. Now, granted, Brooklyn's been an awesome team this year. They've been favorites in 3 games though. Like, this is not a team that's been favorited much. They were 1.5-point favorites against the Chicago Bulls. They won and covered. They were 3-point favorites against the Pistons. They lost, didn't cover, and they were 1.5-point favorites against the New Orleans Pelicans, and they won and covered barely, but by 2. This is a Brooklyn Nets team that we would prefer them as a dog rather than a favorite. I think that's pretty simple to say. On the flip side, the Charlotte Hornets team, they're coming in off of a 14-point loss against the Cleveland Cavaliers in their last game. And they kind of struggle a little bit here and there. Offensively, it's been when they lose games, they don't score. So I can see why this line's dropping towards the under. I would look at the under if I could have got maybe a 222.5 or 223, not a 221. I kind of wanted a little bit more value on that, but no play here for me. It'd be probably Nets or nothing though. I would only look towards Brooklyn.
It's a look towards Brooklyn or nothing, but they're coming off with 3 straight losses. Granted to New York, and Boston, so not bad losses.
So get right spot.
No. The funny, Nick, you look at their schedule, they've lost 5 out of 6, but look at their schedule the last 6 games. At Boston, at Cleveland, at New Orleans, which was their win. Home against Boston, at New York, at New York. That's a rough stretch. They're 10-3-1. They're 5-9. 10-3-1 against the spread, 5-9 over under.
They're 1-5 in their last 6 games, but they're 4-1-1 against the number. It's been,
but the thing is,
it's been the ultimate epitome of losing but covering.
They're covering like crazy this year. This is tied for the biggest favorite they've been all year.
Yeah.
When they had Detroit at home, they were 3-point favorites.
Yep.
And they lost that game. I don't trust them to cover a spread as a favorite, as a dog. Yes, as a favorite. No, it would be a lean towards Charlotte or nothing for me. But not really interested in this one.
Fair. I feel like if anything, I would be looking at Brooklyn as a get right spot. I think this would be a spot where they have. This is an obvious step down in competition when you just listed them off. Boston twice, the Knicks twice, and the Cavaliers. The one time they had a drop in competition, they took care of business against the Pelicans. So I could see this as one of those games where they win and cover here.
I never advertised my ex either. I have 200 followers. Okay. Good luck to all of us, you too. You think Tennessee Vols and Texas have a shot at the national championship? In football, yes. Honestly, honestly, you can look at any of the team that gets into the playoff. I can say they all have a shot.
I mean, probably the Group of 5 school does not.
I'm sorry, Boise State.
They're a top team.
Boise State's won every single game besides one where they lost by 3 points in the number 1 team stadium.
They also have a Heisman winner, potential Heisman winner in.
So if there's a Group of 5 school that can make a run, Boise State is that team. And they would go up against, although they would have to go up against the best non-conference winner, which would right now be Ohio State. Or that could be a rematch against Oregon if Ohio State beats Oregon in the Big Ten championship game. Yep. But on honestly, a 2-loss Vols team should make the playoff.
Absolutely. They lose one more game, they're done.
Yes.
But didn't they just lose their third game?
No, they've lost 2. They're 8-2. They've lost to Georgia and they lost to Arkansas.
That Arkansas is bad. That's a bad.
But they also have wins against Alabama. And yeah, never mind. That's all the good teams that they've beaten this year. But they've beaten Alabama. And Texas, Texas is currently the team to make it out of the SEC. So yes, I think Texas is a good enough team to win the national championship. Personally, I do have a future for a natty. And at this point, I think if they win this week, I think they're pretty much good to make the college football playoff.
I think this is the matchup that we were waiting for a while with Army, right?
I have Notre Dame 10-1 to win the natty. Obviously, it's not as good as it was 10-1.
Yeah,
10-1, 15-1, 15-1 to win the natty. Obviously, it's not as good as it was. I can get a lot better of a line now. But this is a team, they lost to NIU. If they win that game, they're still undefeated.
That's how a record works.
But no, it's like since losing to NIU, 66-7, 28-3, 31-24 against the Louisville team that was ranked at the time. 49-7, 31-13, 51-14, 52-3, 35-14. There's no close games there.
No.
Granted, they haven't played anybody, but this is a big game against Army coming up, which they are, I believe they're pretty big favorites. They're 14-point favorites at home.
Okay. Now I got.
And then they get USC next week.
Yeah, I got a hypothetical here. Army wins this week, hypothetically speaking, and they go on to win the American Conference Championship undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
Boise State wins the Mountain West with their one loss against Oregon. Who gets the spot?
There's a real opportunity that both of them can get a spot because it's the top five best ranked conference champions. Big 12 can get left out.
Oh.
Boise State, if Boise State's above and that Army makes it in, they're above, which I will say there's probably a better chance that Tulane makes it in over Army, in my opinion. But, an Army win against Notre Dame, and Notre Dame would make a big difference. Because you look at – now we're having a conversation about college football. That's fine, though. You look at it, I believe right now the best-ranked team is BYU and then Colorado. But you can Colorado, and then there's nobody else from that conference in the top 20. Oh, well, Arizona State. But because I believe Colorado goes up against Kansas next week. Who's to say Kansas doesn't play spoiler again? And then Colorado gets Oklahoma State. Kansas, Oklahoma State, if they lose one of those, Arizona State, who do they get left? They get BYU in Arizona. Who's to say they beat BYU, lose to Arizona, and then say Arizona State still makes the conference championship game and wins the Big 12? You could possibly get a Army. Oh, sorry, Army is ranked ahead of Tulane now.
Yeah, it happened.
I didn't realize that.
They're undefeated.
No, I didn't realize that. But Army, you could realistically see both of them make it in. Anyway.
But all this will be shot down when Notre Dame kicks the crap out of them,
yes,
like they did with Navy.
That's why I said there's a better chance that Tulane makes it than Army. Coldest streak ever. Cleveland play Pels, Atlanta again, Washington, Boston again, and Denver. I see one of them losing the next game. Hey, they could very realistically be going undefeated into the Denver game, I should say. Hornets +3 in the under. Lean Nets, few injuries for Hornets. Pass on the Charlotte game, Hornets +3. I'm on a portfolio right now, trading while I do this. Oh my God. I don't want to hear about all the money you make because you're still not rich enough to buy a thing. And I don't make fun of anybody else for that. But if somebody's going to come in and brag about money, Hornets, Celtics play Raptors
especially
twice.
for a topic we don't cover on this channel.
Hornets points in the over. Prop game. Nets are about to start tanking. I have 274 followers. Yeah, okay. You think Razor has 20K legitimate followers? Yeah, no, I think Razor's legit.
Maybe he doesn't have the 20,000 or whatever, because everybody has got spam followers too. I have some, you have some, like all those fake accounts. There's plenty of those on Twitter that follow random people. So that's everybody. You have them as well. Everybody on Twitter has them.
I want to sign up for a trading call. My Vols are going to win the SEC championship. I don't think they.
Do they make it?
I don't think they can make the SEC championship game unless there's a bunch of chaos. Going to be some good upsets come playoff time. I agree. Boise State is never beating an SEC school or Ohio State. I watched them Fugazi team. I think Oregon wins it all. Bold take. The number 1 team in the nation wins it all.
I think there's definitely flaws with Oregon, but
there's flaws with everybody.
There's flaws with everybody, though.
I would probably take Texas to win it all or Notre Dame.
I don't think Texas is there yet.
Tennessee has no shot. Pitiful offense. Notre Dame buries Army. They play nobody who saw them bury Navy.
I know. We've been saying that for a while now.
Sorry, and I will be on Notre Dame minus 14. That's going to be one of my plays, just so you guys all know. Charlotte plus 3. Army has no shot. Stop the scenarios.
I agree. I agree that that Army is not a team that I think is going to make it because they've played literally nobody.
Yeah. I don't brag about stock money I make ever. I brag about my stock picks. Exactly. That's the same thing. Boise is always good. They have a shot.
The Mountain West is better than people think it is, too.
All right, let's keep rolling, Nick.
Yeah. The Denver Nuggets are at the Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies 4-point favorites in this game, total of 227.5. Obviously, this line means no Jokic. This line opened up at a 4. It's down to a 3.5. Line opened up 226. It's up to 226.5. Let's take a look at the cash flow, where we have 68% of tickets, 68% of cash is on the Nuggets. The lines come from 4 to 3.5. Line opened up 78% tickets and 76% of the cash is on the over as well. This line's moved up half a point and a full point in some spots. I'm starting to see some 227s pop up for this game. The Denver Nuggets have lost the last couple of games without Nikola Jokic, really making him look like the MVP. They're currently 6th in the Western Conference. We're very early right now.
I don't really think it matters.
7-5, 4-7-1 against the number, 8-4 over under, 2-3 on the road. Memphis 8-6, 9-5 ATS, 9-5 over under, 5-2 at home. These two teams just played 2 days ago, and Memphis won 105-90. I would only look to go towards flipping the script here and taking the Denver Nuggets in this spot and the over. That would be my lean because the last game was 105-90, and I would look towards the Nuggets being able to put up some points in this game. Maybe a Nuggets team total over after only putting up 90 in their previous game. Granted, they've failed to break 100 the last 2 games without Jokic. I think, for me, I want to back a team the first game without their star player, and I want to fade them the first game they come back, and usually the second game that they're out. If they win the first game. I didn't do that here because they lost the first game against the Pelicans. So I don't want the Nuggets here without Jokic, but I'm not laying a number against the Nuggets right now.
No, I'm not doing that either. I was looking at this card. Honestly, it's kind of gross. I think I'm just gonna be on the Cavs today. I think that's the only play I'm really interested in the NBA today. There's just too wide of spreads, and they're all big home dogs, all big home favorites besides San Antonio later, which could be an interesting spot. But even then, I'm not really big on any of these plays right now today. I think I'm just going to stick with Cleveland. It would be Denver or nothing, but I have no interest in betting the Nuggets without Jokic.
Fair.
Money came in on Army, so just wait. You might get below 14. People love Army.
Yep, I will wait. I'll probably try to get a 13.5 for it.
Marco, stop it. Grizzlies minus 3.5, probably. Boise struggled with San Jose Sharks. San Jose State, you mean? Yeah, and they still won by 21. They didn't play their best game. They still won by 21. Grizzlies minus 3.5 in the under. No joke. I believe so. And Memphis money line. Dude, lay the 3.5. Kent State or Akron?
Ooh. I did a free pick video on this game last night. And my advice on this game is close your eyes, plug your nose, and take the points with Kent State. And it's really, for me, the Akron Zips shouldn't be laying double digits on the road to anybody in the nation. And I get it. Kent State's bad. And I'm ready. Kent State wins their first game tonight.
Oh.
Kent State wins their first game tonight against the Akron Zips.
Okay. Nick, I'm going to quickly put that, because I didn't bet any action tonight. I'm going to quickly put that up on the site for you. Keep going with the chat for a minute.
Westbrook triple-double. I can see that. Is Jokic the most valuable player ever? I think so. I think this is a big reason why. I mean, you're seeing with them without him. Yeah. Jokic is a dad. Yep. I believe that was what it was. Because this Nuggets team is terrible without him. Yeah, he is the most valuable team to the most valuable player to his team. Nuggets should trade Joker. Okay, I'm not even going to entertain that. What do people call Papa in Serbian? I don't know. Yeah. Here's the thing, though. Ready? Nikola, I don't bet player props. The game Jokic comes back, I'll take his triple-double. I don't bet player props in the NBA. I'll take his triple-double the first game back with a new dad power.
Yeah.
Memphis is playing well without Ja. Yeah. Memphis might as well trade Ja. Yeah, exactly.
And the Knicks might as well go trade Brunson. You know what? Giannis, you're off the Bucks. You know what? Curry, you know what? Off the Warriors. Luka, you're out of Dallas. Are we doing this with every team?
Every team should just trade away their best player?
Apparently.
All right. Okay, here's a good question. Who is the best player at their sport? Mahomie, David, I'm guessing that's McDavid, Joker, and Ohtani. My argument for this is I would say Connor McDavid.
I was going to agree.
Because there is no question who the best player in hockey is right now, and that is Connor McDavid.
Although there's no question that Joker is the best player in the NBA right now.
Yes, but I think when you compare Jokic to fill in the blank who your second best player is, whether that's Luka Doncic, I think the gap between him and Luka is closer than McDavid and McKinnon, or McDavid and Draisaitl, or McDavid and Matthews.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And you could make the same argument. You can make the argument that Patrick Mahomes is not the best quarterback in football right now.
Statistically, he's not this year.
Statistically. And then, although you can mention that Ohtani is pretty close to Judge.
I think the gap between Ohtani and Judge is less than McDavid and McKinnon. If we're just talking gaps. And if we're talking most valuable player on their team, I mean, then we're getting into a different discussion. We're talking about best player, but yeah. But if we're talking most valuable player, it's the bottom of those lists on the floor here is Ohtani. Because last year, the year before they got Ohtani, they won 112 games. The year they got him, they won less than 100. So they were actually a worse team with Ohtani. Yes, I know they won the World Series, but in the regular season, they were worse with Ohtani.
That's hilarious.
Akron will be very public. LOL. Stay away. Yeah, I mean, I'm on Kent State plus the points. I actually really like that spot. Jokic coming back. No, he's not. Stop it.
He's not. He's not back. He'll be back for the next home game.
Brunson for Lillard straight up. There you go. McDavid, yes. Joker plus 100 on FanDuel for the triple double.
He's not back today.
Yeah. I'm saying that because Ja is injury prone and Grizzlies playing without him. Yeah. Right. Trade all the best players. The bum off the fake. Is he even?
Oh, I didn't even think about him because he's an idiot.
Yeah, Brunson is 20 years younger than those guys. Knicks would never trade him. and the Nuggets would never trade Jokic.
That's a fireable offense if they traded Jokic.
True. Okay. I don't care if Mahomes struggles in the regular season. He's the best player in the playoffs, period.
Okay.
There's this guy named Tom Brady that would probably beg to differ, and this guy named Joe Montana who would probably beg to differ. But Mahomes, at the end of his career, can be up in that conversation. He needs another couple rings for that, though. Let's keep it going. We have 3 games still in the NBA left. The New Orleans Pelicans and the Dallas Mavericks. I feel like we can go through this one pretty quick.
Yeah.
The Mavericks are 12-point favorites with a total of 222 in this game. This line opened up at an 11.5. It's up to a 12 now. This line opened up at a 224.5. It's down to a 221.5. So we'll move towards the under here as well. We have 41% of tickets and 52% of cash is on the Mavericks. So sharp money coming in on laying the Mavericks here, laying the points with the Mavericks. That's one thing I've noticed in the NBA is some of the bigger favorites are more sharp than in other sports. And then 88% of tickets, 81% of cash is on the over here as well. It's almost like people like gravitate towards taking points in the NBA, which is interesting. The Mavericks are coming in off of back-to-back wins. This is also their 3rd game in 4 days, though, which is kind of concerning. This would be the Pelicans have had a few days off here. Ultimately, I'm not betting this game. I would only if I'm playing, I'm laying. But it's a pass for me.
Yeah. I'm not laying anything here. I'm not touching this game. New Orleans is not a team I want to go back. They have 1 win out of their last, 8 games. It was against Denver after they lost Joker. So, and I'm not laying double digits on the Dallas Mavericks. So no, I'm not interested in going after anything in this game. I'll be quick. I'm probably just going to stick with Cleveland. And that's probably all my NBA card today.
Fair. Back to chat.
I'm texting back Craig about something real quick. So
okay. D time from JB will never happen. D talk. What? I'm confused.
Game time.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh, sorry. We're talking about the players alive and playing. Nick, wake up.
Okay. I thought you were talking about all time.
Mavericks team total over 117.5, minus 105. Pelicans plus 12. Yes, he's the best in the playoff period. 446. I agree. Brady, Montana, are they alive and playing? They're alive. They're not playing. Minus 12. I knew you were smart, Marcos. Mavericks first quarter, first half. Is Luke Skywalker in or out? Luka? He's probably in. Yes, 446. I think it's smart. Mavs money line. Jesus, dude.
Go Pelicans.
Let's keep rolling, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder 9.5-point favorites on the road against the San Antonio Spurs. We have this line opened up at an 8.5. It's now 9.5. So we do have a 1-point line movement towards the Thunder in this game. Line opened up 224. It's down to a 222.5. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game here. 60% of the tickets and 62% of the cash on the Oklahoma City Thunder. The line's gone from an 8.5 to a 9.5. Then we have 88% of tickets, 81% of cash on the over. The lines, I believe, dropped in this one here. We have OKC 11-3 straight up, 9-4-1 ATS, 7-7 over under, 4-1 on the road. We have the San Antonio Spurs 6-8 straight up, 6-8 ATS, 7-7 over under, 5-3 on the road or at home. San Antonio coming in on back-to-back losses, so they've not been playing particularly well, and they've not been really covering either. They've not covered in 4 of their last 5 games. OKC, they've covered in 2 of their last 2. They are coming in off of a loss, so if you're looking for a little bit of a motivated favorite, the Oklahoma City Thunder are that, with them coming in off of a loss as at home as a 7-point favorite to end the homestand. And this is a spot I actually really like with teams. It's the first game on a road trip because it's all business when you go on that. Granted, it's not a long road trip for OKC. It's a 2-game road trip. They go to San Antonio, and then tomorrow they'll be in Portland. So 2 games, very winnable games. If I'm playing, I'm laying in this spot. But right now, I'm only on that Celtics team total over. I'm interested in this in laying it with the Thunder here in this one though. I'm not in the obviously I love the Thunder team. I'm not in the business of laying 9.5 points on the road. That's just not something I'm going to do.
They're fantastic. They're the number one team in the West right now. They are. They're half a game ahead of Golden State, and the Lakers are number 3. What the hell? That's how you can tell it's been a weird start to the season. But no, this is a spot I don't feel the need to go after. So I'm going to just stay back off of this game. I don't feel the need to go in and lay a big number. I'm not going to touch the Spurs. So I'm going to pass on this one as well.
I'm going to bet the Thunder here. I'm going to lay the 9.5 with them. I'm getting minus 105 on Bovada. I'm going to take the Thunder here, minus 9.5, minus 105.
There you go. I was trying to say Nick, Damian for Jalen. Will never happen. Yeah, we figured that out. Yeah, Luka. Oklahoma City team total over. Pass on Dallas. Oklahoma City minus 9. Lean OKC but pass. Wemby is the second most valuable player in the league behind Joker. I think you can make an argument for him being in the top 3 for MVP if they make the playoffs. Tim, tell Craig to get his picks right. 3 and 13, last 13 on the site, not good. Spurs team total under. Oklahoma City minus 15. Oklahoma City and Golden State, 2 best teams in the West so far. I'll take that. For right now, just wait. And then this game's ugly.
Yeah, we go Los Angeles Lakers taking on the Utah Jazz. Lakers minus 10.5, total of 235.5. Taking a look at the line history for this game. Line opened up at 11. It's now down to a 10.5. It did get up to a 12 at one point, but it's moved towards the Jazz in this one here. Line opened up at a 230. It's now a 234.5, so it moved towards the over here as well. So we've had basically 3 or 4 point line movements on basically every total today. 74% of tickets and 82% of cash on the over, so that makes sense. 52% of tickets, 53% of cash on the Utah Jazz, and the line's moving slightly towards the Jazz as well. So that makes sense as well. Utah is 3-10 straight up this year, 6-7 ATS, 5-8 over under, 2-5 on the road. Lakers 9-4 straight up, 7-6 against the number, 7-6 over under, 6-0 at home though. So this is a Lakers team at Crypto.com arena that you'd like to back at home. I think they've covered in almost every game at home. They did not cover as 7.5 point favorites in their last home game against the Grizzlies. On the flip side, the Jazz have been not a great team. I faded them successfully in their last game against the Clippers. I'm not getting involved in this game here, so it'll just be 2 plays for me. It'll be the Thunder laying the points and the Celtics team total over for me.
I'm not touching this game either. No point in me no point in me trying to go and grab this one either. But it would be Utah or nothing for me. I'm not laying minus 10.5 on the Lakers. So no real interest in this one for me. We move on to the NHL. Only 1 play for me in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the chat, Nick. Thank you.
Spurs team total under 106. Thunder minus 15 at plus 200. I mean, go for the bomb, I guess. That's a good way to go at it. There you go. Lakers only minus 575. Give me this all day. Okay. Lake Show minus 11. Gotta ride the Fakers at home. They don't lose at home, and usually they can cover to lean over it. Yeah. Lakers team total over 122.5. Yeah. Hofstra upset. I would lean in that direction. I would only look towards Hofstra in that game. Can't lay 10.5. Money line makes it way easier. No shit, Sherlock.
You're an idiot.
Utah are tanking and Laurie only plays 25 minutes. Fair. Hour plus show, and we finally got past the NBA. Yeah. Lakers first half minus 6.5, minus 114. But we'll go from the hardwood to the ice. We have the NHL. We have multiple system plays in effect for today. The system play does go against my spreadsheet for this game, but let's get into it. We have the Edmonton Oilers against the Ottawa Senators. We have the Oilers minus 120 favorites in this game with a total of 6.5. We have my projection for this game is kind of the Senators could be a slight pick-em favorite in this game. So I see some value here with Ottawa. This is a second half of a back-to-back here for the Edmonton Oilers as well. However, I would not want to back Ottawa in this game because what did Edmonton do last night? They lost as minus 270 favorites 3-0 to the Montreal Canadiens. And there you go. There's the play right there. Is the team coming in off of the shutout loss. And you back overs. And that's exactly where I'm going in this game is the over the total. Now, if the Oilers scored a goal last night and this wasn't a system play, I'd probably be looking a little bit the under, to be completely honest, because the Oilers have been a pretty strong under team this year. But with that being said, I'm getting 6 at minus 120 over on BetMGM. I'm going to take the over in this game, over 6 minus 120 BetMGM, Oilers and Senators for this one.
It's I feel like it's a Oilers puck line spot. Coming off of getting shut out, this could be a nice bounce back spot. Senators coming off of a shutout win themselves. I can get the Oilers.
No, my bad. This is a double system play because the Senators are coming off of a shutout loss in their last game, 4-0 to the Carolina Hurricanes.
That's right. They got shutout loss. They won a game in a shutout though recently.
3-0 against Toronto. They followed it up with a
that's right.
loss. Yeah.
That's right. Edmonton, after whatever happened last night, I'm taking the puck line plus 196 in this one, Nick.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're looking at props, McDavid, Draisaitl, I mean, after getting blanked last night, I would think they would bounce back today.
Yeah, I can see that. Where were you?
There.
You can never say that. 446. Hofstra plus in the money line too. Is LeBum and AD in probably over? Did you see Wisconsin was minus 8,000 last night and barely won by 3? Yes. Sends money line. Edmonton there. Took the over 5 at 310. Wow, a double system play. 8,000 faves, only won by 3. Wow, unbelievable. These moneyline faves be cutting it close, playing with their food sometimes. Yeah. Let's go after this one, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Lightning are minus 150 favorites, total of 6.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the matchup here in this spot. Now, I don't do goalie rankings yet, or I don't do goalie numbers yet. I was waiting for a decent sample size. I probably should start doing that because if I implemented goalie numbers here, there'd be no way anybody would back the Penguins in this game because Tristan Jarry's in net. And if you look at his numbers this year, they are terrible. And on the flip side, Vasilevsky has not been as good. Or actually, my bad. He's been pretty solid looking at his advanced numbers to where he's 4th in goals saved above average this year, only behind Jonathan Quick, Joey Daccord, and Lucas Dostal for the Anaheim Ducks there. This should be a Tampa Bay blowout spot. It absolutely should. And Tampa coming in off of a 4-0 win. Though they're coming in off of 2 very impressive wins. 4-0 against the Devils, 4-1 against the Jets, and now they get the lowly Pittsburgh Penguins. Could this be a little bit of a trap spot for the Tampa Bay Lightning? No, because they have Columbus next, so it's not like they have a look-at spot there, but they do have Dallas and Colorado at home after that. But I would only be looking towards the Lightning on the -1 line in this game. And I'm kind of curious what that Lightning -1 is.
Lightning puck line's plus 160, so.
Okay, so I might be able to get a good number here on Lightning -1. Because what, -150 plus 160. Okay. I'm going to punch that in real quick. I want to see what that number is. I might pull the trigger here on Lightning -1.
Good luck. I think I found 2 plays that I like other than the Edmonton Oilers, and they're coming in later games, so we'll talk about those later. Pass on this game.
I'm going to play it. Lightning -1 plus 106.
Bolts, team total over 3.5, -105. I will never lay -9 at 8,000. I do have some sense. Bolts, money line. Parlay, though. You know what -8,000 does to a parlay?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. It only adds an extra leg, and it could. Oh, but I hit an 8-teamer. I hit a 4-teamer instead of a 5-teamer, or whatever. It does absolutely nothing to your parlay. Genzel versus his former team. Braden Point is back. Someone said always bet Pitts over. Give me the over 5 at -350.
Notice what I haven't bet in a while in a Pittsburgh game?
An over.
Their defense, their advanced analytics for their defense has gotten better. Their goaltending sucks. So I wouldn't blindly bet Pittsburgh overs anymore. I think that this could be a team that can cash some unders now. Because I had them projected. I had that game projected more for an under. I had that game projected at 6.05 goals. So there's that. There we go. Another system play in effect for this game here. The Winnipeg Jets and the Florida Panthers. The Jets -120, total of 6 in this game. The Jets are coming in off of a shutout loss in their last game. And I do have the Jets as a -130, -135 favorite in this game. I want Winnipeg in this game a little bit as well. But here's the thing that does concern me a little bit is the last time I tried this with the couple of times I've tried this with the Panthers, when they've played the same team 2 games in a row, they won the first game, they won the second game. If they lost the first game, they lost the second game. They lost both against New Jersey, but they won both against Dallas. These 2 teams just played on the 16th in Florida. The Panthers won 5-0. So we have the Winnipeg Jets coming in off the shutout loss, and they're coming in against the team that they got shut out against. So, yeah, I'm going to be on the over in this game. And is that really – holy crap, that's a 5.5. Yeah, sign me up over 5.5 in this game. And also give me -115 for the Winnipeg Jets. I'm going to double up on this game. Jets and the over for me in this spot. It's a system play for the over team coming off a shutout loss. And also the Winnipeg Jets are 15-3 this year, and they're coming in off of losing 5-0 to this very Florida Panthers team. So I will go ahead and take Winnipeg at -115 as well.
Good luck. I'll say I'm eyeing down. I think I'm going to have plays in the next 2 games and maybe the final game. This should be a good game, though. It'd be Winnipeg puck line or nothing. But whenever I bet puck line games in Winnipeg, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really work out. So I'm not going to really do anything with it.
Fair.
Florida money line. Stop the fish fade.
I rarely bet against the Panthers. I need a really good reason to do so.
Does he realize the Panthers are cats?
Yeah. Well, I've explained that to him a few times. He's not quite the genius that he claims to be.
Panthers is underdogs. You don't see often. Panthers are the better team.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go after this game, Nick.
This is an interesting game that I really don't have too much of a thought on. Let's get into it. The Minnesota Wild and the St. Louis Blues. And my opinions on these 2 teams compared to the last couple of years has flipped. I'm not very high on the St. Louis team anymore. This is a team that's banged up with injuries, though. So that's something to keep in mind. They're without Robert Thomas. I don't know if Robert Thomas is back or not yet, but they're without some players right now. They're 8-10-1, 7-9-3 over under. They're 4-5 at home. The Minnesota Wild. I need a good reason to bet against this Minnesota Wild team right now. 11-3-3, 7-8-2 over under, 7-1-2 on the road. I'm high on this Minnesota Wild team, and I would only look towards the Minnesota Wild in this game. St. Louis is coming in off of that 4-1 loss against Carolina, but that's Carolina. I'm not reading too much into that there. Minnesota's coming in off that loss against the Dallas Stars. So they lost 2-1 there. Maybe they look to get their offense going in this game. But the St. Louis Blues have not been an over team this year. And both these offenses have kind of, when you look at their advanced numbers, especially St. Louis, only 2.25 expected goals for over the last 10 games on average. This is a Blues team that's not doing much offensively, and a Wild team that I would rather bet on than bet against. But at this number, I don't want to lay this type of number with the Wild on the road. But off a loss, it's very interesting. It would be Wild or nothing, but no play here.
I'm on the Wild puck line. I don't trust this Blues team. Sorry to Untouchable, whatever. But I'm taking the Wild here on the puck line. They're coming off of a loss to Dallas, which off a loss to a rival. If they would have won that game, it's Blues all day. But this is going to be the start of a road trip for them where they play in St. Louis, in Edmonton, in Calgary, then go home and play Winnipeg, and then they go back out on the road to play Buffalo. That's their next 5 games. And I look at this one. I like the spot for Minnesota. Bounce back after an ugly loss, or not an ugly loss, a loss to a rival. For some reason, Minnesota is actually good this year. Can't figure out how, but take them on the puck line today. Also, Terry Edelman's birthday, so the Wild have to win on his birthday.
Aw, that's right. Okay, that's fair.
Back to the chat, Nick. Oh, by the way, Nick, I saw something interesting on Twitter. UMKC last night played a school called Calvary. They won 119-19.
Nice.
They won by 100.
Let's see. Why did the Fish just have 7 straight home games? Because, well, they're the Cats. They did also go to, because they went to Finland. Yeah, if you actually followed hockey, you'd know. They did go to Finland, so that was part of their home games as well. Wild money line, Wild puck line, Kaprizov, team total, Boldy. There you go. We'll move on. An interesting game here that I want nothing to do with one side. But this is a big number to lay with the Blackhawks. Let's get into it. Hawks are 6-11-1 this year. They're 5-10-3 over under. They're 2-4 at home. They're anywhere between 160 to 180 favorites right now. Anaheim 7-8-2. They're 4-11-2 over under. And they're 3-3-2 on the road. These have been 2 very strong under teams this year. My numbers project them to be a little bit more overs, though. I think that this line should potentially be a 6.5. We have it's going to be John Gibson most likely in net for the Anaheim Ducks, and it's going to be Arvid Soderblom in net for the Chicago Blackhawks. And getting a 6 in this game, I'm very interested in the over in this spot here. I was also looking at this game for a potential Chicago spot here. The Blackhawks are coming back home after only a 2-game road trip to Seattle and Vancouver, where they did lose both those games. Their last win was at home against Minnesota, 2-1 in overtime. And the problem is laying this type of number. However, you can mark me safe from taking the Ducks in this game because they're coming in off of that big win as plus 350 underdogs last night. I want nothing to do with a team like that after a big upset win. Nothing at all. It would be Blackhawks or nothing on the side, be over or nothing on the total. This is a 1-800 gambler game, but I'm kind of interested in over 6 in the spot. I want to see what type of number I can get with over 6. Give
me the Blackhawks. This is a bad spot for the Ducks. That's all it is. It's not me wanting to back the Blackhawks. It's me wanting to fade the Ducks. I think the Blackhawks win this game. There's an empty netter in there somewhere. Blackhawks puck line is probably my last play in the NHL today. Yeah, and I'm going to pass on, I'm going to pass on this game. I wanted a 6, and all the books are 6.5 for me. Yeah, Ducks money line. Text Rob, you are NHL guru. I can rely on you more than Nick. Ducks, Qatar, anytime goal. Vetrano, Jared Allen double, under 7 at minus 200. Two more games, Nick. Yep, and a team that I have not been betting at all lately. On or against. I've been betting some of their overs and stuff like that, but I've not been betting on or against this New York Islanders team right now. We have
The Calgary Flames and the New York Islanders. This line is -110, -115 for the Flames. Total 5.5. I have this game projected for 5.89 goals. And I have this game projected at a pick. I think this game should be -110 on both sides, or even money on both sides, really, what that should be. And with this New York Islanders team, this is also this is not the end of their road trip. They will head to Detroit after this to play the Red Wings, and then they'll head home to play the Blues and the Red Wings. And I said this a while ago. I have no interest in backing this Islanders team without their blue liners. When I see Isaiah George, Jenish Cholowski, and Grant Hunton getting minutes on the blue line, I have no interest in this Islanders team. With Mayfield getting top pair minutes with Ryan Pulock, they are still without Duclair. They're still without Barzal. They're without Mike Riley indefinitely because he's getting a procedure on his heart. And Romanov is still out. He's day-to-day, and Pellich is out for a while. So this Islanders team without their blue liners, granted, they did this last year, and Mike Riley was a big reason why this team was still a playoff team at the end of the day. And it was Robert Bertuzzo as well that they picked up. But they may need to, if they want to compete, they're going to have to go get some blue liners, the Islanders, at the deadline if they want to continue and try to be a playoff team. They're 7-7-4 this year. They're currently 6th in the Metro, so they have some work to do. They should win this game. I don't think Calgary is very good, and I have the Calgary Flames projected for some major negative regression. But this Islanders team does not breed confidence for me to back them either, so it's a no play for me.
Yeah, I'm going to pass on the last 2 games. I'm happy with my 3-pack that I have today.
Sure.
Both teams are similar when it comes to the numbers. Gibson's a net, Flames money line, overtime plus 300. Considering CBH first to 5 shots on goal plus who? CBH?
Calgary.
Draw here. Gibson's an no. Okay, you're in it. Okay. I hope Mike Riley's okay. No more than one person has the last name Gibson. More than one person does, but he's a little slow. You got to give him a minute. Okay.
Let's head to the last game here, which I'm probably not moving on either. We have the Vancouver Canucks taking on the New York Rangers. We have the Canucks as a pick 'em. I saw some -115s for Vancouver earlier. Total of 6 in this game. I have this game projected for 5.91 goals. I have the Canucks projected as a -115 favorite. So I think these lines are correct. And that was one thing that when I first looked at the lines without putting my spreadsheet together, I'm like, wow, the Rangers are a pick 'em. That's a great price for them. When you look at their advanced analytics, they've not been as good lately. 3.2 expected goals for and 3.34 against over the last 10 games. The reason why they've been so good, Jonathan Quick, which it'll be Igor in net for the New York Rangers tonight. If I'm betting a side in this game, I'm taking the Canucks. But the one thing I can't trust the Canucks to do is win games at home. This is a team that is 3-7 on the money line at home this year. They're 6-1 on the road. If this was in Madison Square Garden with this price, I'd probably be on the Canucks in this spot. But for me, no interest in this one. It's a simple pass to end the night. So I'll only have, I think, 4 plays in the NHL.
There you go. Yeah, I'm passing in the card. It would be Canucks puck line or nothing.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, it would be Canucks or nothing.
Flames. Blackhawks.
Oh, I think of them as CHI. My bad.
Are we on Ducks? Because I'm feeling a little quack. Nope. Canucks money line. I'm on the Ducks. Rangers. Good luck to all unless you're against me. This Rangers team is overrated. The line tells me to pick Canucks. Yeah. Quick is better than Igor. Give him a new contract. Let Igor walk with $20 million he wants next year.
I need that. We don't have that clip. I need that clip of from I believe it was Billy Madison, where this is the most idiotic thing I've ever heard. Everybody in the room is dumber from hearing your answer. It's like a simple wrong would have worked. No. Jonathan Quick is, 38 years old? You want to give a contract to 38-year-old Jonathan Quick, right? 38? Or am I under? No, spot on. 38 years old. You want to give a contract to 38-year-old Jonathan Quick rather than Vezina Trophy caliber goaltender Igor Shesterkin, who, if you've looked at who is 28, and if you've looked at his numbers throughout the years, he always starts slow. In October and November, he's not great, but get closer towards playoffs, he's the best goalie in hockey. One of.
Mm-hmm.
So no. That's like having if Zach Greinke came back and pitched a pretty good season, and then having Tariq Skubal in your rotation say, hey, let's sign Greinke to a longer contract and let's let Skubal walk. Stupid.
But
bad takes.
That is all of the games for today. We'll go ahead and put the CapperTeks in the chat, and then we'll head on out for today. A card will be posted right after the show. Just need Nick's NHL plays on the site. So that's going to do it for this one. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, everybody.